Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Chapter 8 review. We are going to start with exponents. Now, if you remember, exponents is what we started with for Chapter 8. So we're going to start with y to the ninth times y just all by itself. Now, if we have a y just all by itself, we know that we can put a y to the 1. So what we have here is 9 y's because we have y to the ninth. So I'm going to write y times y. I'm going to write this 9 times. That's 7, 8, and 9. We also have times 1 more y. So we have 9 y's plus 1 more y, which gives us a total of y to the 10th power. So our answer here is y to the 10th power. Now, if you remember, we talked about properties. Our first property that we talked about was a to the m times a to the n equals a to the m plus n, which is what we did for this first one. We did 9 plus 1. The next one, we have y to the 4th with 6 on the outside. So what this is saying is we have 6 y to the 4th. I have y to the 4th times y to the 4th times y to the 4th. I'm going to do this 6 times, 4, 5, and 6. So then we just have to count up how many y's we have. So in each of these, this is saying we have 4 y's. So y, and y. Here again, we have 4 y's. And the same thing in all of these. So in total, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So our answer would be y to the 24th power. Now the property for this one, what we did was we took a to the m in parentheses with an n on the outside. And what we did was a to the m times n. Because 6 times 4 gives us 24. We found out that y to the 24th is our answer. The next one, this 3, is saying we have 3 total of these. So we have 1 over 2 times y to the 5th times 1 over 2 y to the 5th times 1 over 2 y to the 5th. We also have 4 2y squareds. So 2y squared times 2y squared times 2y squared, and one more 2y squared. So if we go with the red first, we got to count up how many ones we have first. So 1, 2, 3 ones. So 1 to the 3rd power over 1, 2, 3 2s. So 2 to the 3rd power. And we have 5 y's here, 5 y's here, 5 y's here. That gives me y to the 15th power because I have 3 5's. Times, how many 2's do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 to the 4th power. We have 2 y's, 2 y's, 2 y's, 2 y's. So it's y to the 8th power. So then if we just simplify these, we're going to have 1 to the 3rd power, which will be 1. 2 to the 3rd power, which is going to be 8. y to the 15th times 2 to the 4th power, which is 16, and y to the 8th power. So now we just got to combine them. We're multiplying so we can add these y's together. Y to the 15th plus y to the 8th gives us y to the 23rd. Then we can do 1/8 times 16. 1/8 of 16 is going to give us 2. So 2 times y to the 23rd power is our answer. Next, we have a multiplication problem on top and another number on the bottom. So what this is saying is we have 10 or 5 tens. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. We also have 5 more tens on the top. So we have 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. So in total, we have 10 tens on the top. On the bottom, though, we only have 4 tens. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So now that we have a division problem, what I can do is I can subtract some of these tens. So 10 and 10 is gone, 10 and 10 is gone, there too. Then I can just count up what I have left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens. So 10 to the 6th power is our answer. Here, this 3 is telling us that we have 3 groups of this whole thing. So I'm going to write this whole thing 3 times. So 4c over d squared times 4c over d squared times 4c over d squared. Then I just got to count up what I have. So we have 4 3 times. So 4 to the 3rd power. We have c 3 times. So c to the 3rd power. And we have 2, 4, 6 d's. So d to the 6th power. Now, if we wanted to simplify this even further, we could. 4 to the 3rd power is 64. So we could write 64c to the 3rd power over d to the 6th power. Now I can't subtract anything because we have a c on the top and a d on the bottom. Those are not the same terms, so I can just leave it like this. Here we have x to the 7th times 1 over x to the 8th. Now, when I'm multiplying by a fraction, I want to have another fraction over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 1 underneath that. So what I have here is x to the 7th times 1. Well, I know that anything times 1 is still going to be that answer. So it's x 7th over 1 times x to the 8th, which is still x to the 8th power. Now, what I see is that I have 7 x's on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 x's. On the bottom, I see that I have 4 x's, or 8 x's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now that I have x's on the top and x's on the bottom, what I can do is cross them out until I'm left with either some on the top or the bottom. What I'm left with is just 1x on the bottom. So I have x here. Now, what do you think I have on the top? Well, if I'm dividing x by x, I get 1. X divided by x is 1. Everything on the top gives me 1. So 1 times 1 times 1 7 times is still going to give me 1. So our answer is 1 over x. All right, so now we have negative exponents. And we want to write our answer in positive exponents. So if you remember when we talked about negative exponents, there's a rule. That rule is if we have negative exponents, what we're going to do is move and make positive. We're going to move and make positive. So I'm looking for negative exponents in my first problem. I see that this y has a negative 6 on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the y to the negative 6. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it up to the top of my problem. And I'm going to make it positive. So what this answer then would look like would be y to the 6th over 8x to the 7th. These don't have negative exponents, so they stay there. And I would still have this 1 here, but if I multiply anything by 1, I still get y to the 6th over 8x to the 7th. Here on this problem, we have some numbers on the top, no parentheses. Down here, we have parentheses with a 2 on the outside. Now, we could rewrite this 2 times, or what I'm going to do is I'm just going to distribute this 2, or this squared, to every term that I have. When I distribute, I'm multiplying. So what we'll have is 12x to the 8th power, y to the negative 7th, over 4 squared x to the negative 4th power, because I multiplied 2 by negative 2, and y to the negative 12th power. So what I see here first is that I have 4 squared. Now I can make that into a number pretty easily. So it would look like 12x to the 8th, y to the negative 7th, over 4 squared is 16, x to the negative 4th, y to the negative 12th. Next, I'm looking for exponents. Do I have any negative exponents? Oh, I see I have a negative 7 here. So what I'm going to do is move that to the bottom. I also have a negative 4 and a negative 12 on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that whole thing. Now I'm going to move that to the top. So our new problem would look like this. 12x to the 8th times, now I moved and make positive, so x to the 4th, y to the 12th, all over 16. Now I moved the negative 7 down, so y to the 7th power. What I see here is two things I can combine. I can combine my two x's. So what we're going to have then is 12x to the 12th power, y to the 12th power, over 16y to the 7th. Here again, I can simplify. I can take 12 and 16 and simplify those fractions down. I can divide each of those by 4. When I divide 12 by 4, I get 3. When I divide 16 by 4, I get 4. Then we have x to the 12th, y to the 12th, and y to the 7th. I see that I have two y's on the top and bottom. So I'm going to do is subtract that. 12 minus 7. So 3 over 4, y to the 5th on top. Now I got rid of the x's on the bottom because 12 minus 7 gives me 5. We also have x to the 12th power. So our answer is this. We just have 4 on the bottom. Here we have 6 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is going to give me 1. Anything that you see that has a 0 exponent is going to give you 1. So what we have then is 1 times 4 over, or 1 over 4 to the negative 2. Now I see a negative exponent, so what I'm going to do is take that and move that up and make it positive. So it'll be 1 times 4 squared. I can do 4 squared pretty easily, which is 1 times 16. 1 times 16, that gives me just 16. All right, so we just have 16 for this. Now what we did was just our exponents. So this is what we're going to start with today. Tomorrow we'll get back into our review and we're going to start with exponential stuff. So just for today, we'll do the exponents. Tomorrow I'll have a new video and that's going to be our exponential stuff.